Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Andre Fleming, FC Systems LLC, making it do what it do. Hey, today this presentation is concerning the drop shipping truth 101 for if you're drop shipping for Amazon, eBay, etc. This is a breakdown because basically years ago I was in this company called DS Domination, and they pretty much it turned out to be different than what they advertised. Yeah, they did show some means of drop shipping, but they didn't give the whole breakdown like you have now. So I'm just going to take you through my experience real quick. I'm not going to try to make this too long. Okay, so there are tons of videos showing drop shipping as a sexy means to make money. However, after what I explained to you, you may want to use some sexy protection. Now, I've done drop shipping in the past. I was finding goods on Amazon and posting them on eBay, and that's what I was taught in this program called DS Domination. That was back in 2014. There was work involved now, so it wasn't nothing like a get rich quick thing. It was work involved. I signed up for DS Domination program. Those guys with DS Domination wasn't on the level. When I say they weren't on the level, they weren't not being honest about what their exact goals were. And as a paying member, I attended a few of the live Google Hangouts, and I put in quotation marks live because they weren't what they said they were. Okay, there were a few things that happened when I was done with when I was done with DS Domination. The first issue I had that caused me to leave those guys was with the live Hangout. I got an invitation link in my email to attend the Google Hangout. I accepted and attended. It was the same old thing. A panel of people who do 5 figures or more a month drop shipping. They sell simple items, but never say what they sell, what they are, what the items were, so forth and so on. So they never told you what the items were. So 2 days later, I get another email for a live Google Hangout. So I attended, and what you know, it was a rebroadcast. I called them out in the chat box. Someone sends me an email stating I was invited in error. So I started, stop dealing with those guys for real. Okay, so because I was there in error, I got, it kind of made me upset, and I was like, okay, why are you sending this out if it's just a rebroadcast? Because people who didn't see it would think it's new, think that they're there, and if it's a Google Hangout, why can't you participate? Okay, so the second issue with these guys was they were bragging. Someone, I can't remember what the guy's name was bragging, saying they don't drop ship any item unless they can market it by 80%. Now I found that strange because the items we were selling, I mean, you can only make like maybe say like you sold something for like, I was selling quilts back then, so I was selling them for like $80, and I was only making like maybe 10 or 15 off of them. That's not 80%, so I couldn't mark them up too much because it would look like a scam. And that someone they met along the way told them, whoever said, mark it up 80%, that someone along the way told them this, but the people never shared that who that person was. And I'm supposed to be learning the system, but they're holding back. And yes, it was up to me to expand what I was learning. So I'm not blaming them a total percent, but I was paying them money to teach me how to do this stuff, but they weren't being forthcoming on this. Finally, come to find out, DS Domination, which is drop shipping domination, was actually multi-level marketing MLM in disguise. You were sold on the drop shipping method and were offered money to recruit new people. And of course, you get paid off their monthly subscription. People began popping up all over the place with fake PayPal images of them going from $0 to $2,000 in 2 weeks. They were trying to recruit. Shit, the fan was somebody on Facebook tried to recruit my sister. That's when I got upset. I happened to see her like for someone pitching her on DS Domination. I replied to her like. I told her to call me so I can explain what it was all about. The DS Domination person seemed to be upset and asked me if they could help me. I stated, I'm a paying member and I'm letting my sister know the ins and outs before she pays for this. I gave her the honest breakdown, and it wasn't for her. Currently, she is making custom salads and stuff like that for a few restaurants in her city. It keeps her busy, and that's her niche. I'm done with the bitching and complaining right now, so I'm going to go ahead and get into the nuts and bolts of this. Number one, what they don't tell you, and I don't think anybody tells you on these videos that they're shooting and what have you, that number one, you need to have a credit card or bank debit card to make this work. If you're, and this is if you're using drop shipping to sell your stuff on eBay, because eBay, their primary pay is PayPal. And if you're brand new to this, PayPal holds your money. So you need to have money for this to work. If you have a prepaid card, it may work in some cases, because you may have a prepaid card and you do it with Amazon or whoever they are, and if they accept it, okay, cool. But see, nobody's telling you this up front. They're just getting you to sign up, and then they tell you later on down the line once you paid your money. Okay, number 2. You, of course, if you're doing drop shipping from anybody and selling on eBay, now this doesn't apply to Shopify stores, because Shopify is just straight, but you still got to buy it from the vendor anyway. But you don't have to have the money up front on Shopify, because that's a different thing. With Shopify, they pay you, and you get paid, and bam, you send the product out, because you don't have to go through PayPal, because PayPal is not going to hold your money up. Through Shopify, eBay through PayPal holds your money up, because PayPal and eBay are the same company. They own each other, I guess, some way, shape, or form. I think eBay owns PayPal. I don't know how that goes. But you have to purchase the item up front and have it shipped to the customer. For example, you list the product on eBay or Amazon, the product sells. You have to go to your supplier's website, purchase the item, and have it shipped to your customer. Now, if you list something off of Amazon, if you find something on Amazon, and you list that item, mark it up a little, and put it on eBay, you have to go back to Amazon, buy the product, ship it out from Amazon, and then get the confirmation, and then and let the buyer know, give them the tracking numbers and all this. And if you do that, it's a better chance of your money not being on hold, because PayPal wants to put the money on hold for like 45 days, which is bullshit. Because once they get the tracking number, and you can call them and say, okay, it's cleared, why don't you release my money? They got it. That's why it's always good to have tracking numbers. So that's what you have to do there. And like I said again, you have to do this with your money, because the money customers pay may or may not be immediately available to your PayPal account. And that, like I said, that's if you're using eBay and PayPal combined. If you're using, if somebody pays with PayPal on your Shopify site, it's a whole different story, because you don't even have to use PayPal. You can use some other transaction where it goes straight to your bank. So, but that's a whole nother story. Just know, whatever you list, you have to pay for up front, like I mentioned. If you can't afford it, don't list it. If you have one thing, you have multiple listings, say like you want to sell 10 of something, make sure you can cover all 10 of those transactions yourself, because like I said, if you sell on eBay, PayPal, and if you're new and you don't have the seller rating, PayPal is going to hold up your money. So as soon as you pay for the item and get notification on sale, you need to go out there and in Cyber World and pay to ship the item out. Meaning, go out there, pay for the item wherever you got it from, ship it out, get the customers the information to the customer, reply to the customer on eBay if that's the case, so they'll know that, be on the lookout for it. And number 3, treat this like a business. If you're a procrastinator, unprocrastinate yourself. If you're a dirtbag who rips people off, you'll find a way to fuck yourself. Your customer pays, you immediately go to your vendor's website, pay for and ship the item to your customer. Again, if you can't afford the item or do not have the funds, don't list it. If you got a credit card, okay, cool, use your credit card to pay for the item until your item gets, like I said, if you're selling on eBay, purchase it with your credit card from wherever you got it from, and then ship it out, use your credit card or bank card, and then you may have to wait around for PayPal to get you your money, the difference of your money, of course, because you want to have a profit in there too. So you got to take that money, take that money you made, put it back on your bank, put it back on your credit card, and then keep your profits in PayPal, so you can build up your PayPal account, so you don't have to use your bank card or your credit card down the line. That's business 101. Okay, number 4. There's a level playing field in drop shipping. It's level. If you don't succeed, it's not because you're black, white, Asian, Mexican, female, or a Martian. It's because you aren't working hard. And if you think you're working hard and not succeeding, find a mentor to help you out. It could be a person online with helpful videos, a book written by a successful person, dead or alive, so forth and so on. So, only thing I found out, being that, I'm a black guy, I found out that selling on eBay, I don't put your picture out there, because that's just how it is. Unless you're selling something super duper niche that people can't find anywhere. If you're just selling like just regular stuff, I would say me as a black guy, I once I did put my profile picture on my profile, and I went from having good sales to like, whoa, we looking at nah, we don't trust him. Even though my seller rating was way up there, back in the day, it was way up there. I was like at a damn, I had 100%. I had like maybe 50 sales, and out of 50 sales, I had a 99% rating out of 50 sales, and good feedback. But I put my picture out there because somebody said, these DSD people, drop shipping people, say, oh yeah, you should put your profile picture up there, it makes it more personable. I was kind of against it because that's, just it's just a stigmatism in America, and that's just how it was. Some people are that if they see a black sailor, especially a black guy, they figure they're gonna get ripped off unless it's some kind of janitorial service or you're cleaning something. Oh yeah, we'll get you to clean, but we won't trust you to sell us something. But at any rate, I did that in like a week, and I normally get like a sales, 2 or 3 sales a day. It depends on what the quilts and stuff. I was killing it. So I put my profile picture out there, and my sales like went down, didn't go nowhere. I was like, oh crap. So that I did it for like maybe 3 or 4 days, no sales. Some people would be like, well, you're in a bad streak. I was like, nope, that's not the case. So I went and put my logo back out there. This is my logo, kind of made up of my username for eBay. And sure enough, going into the weekend, I started getting more sales. I just relisted stuff, moved some stuff around, and bam, did my strategies, and bam, started getting inquiries and sales and stuff like that. No problem. Cha-ching, cha-ching. It wasn't a sale like every day, but it was like I said, it was sometimes 2 to 3 sales, but some days it was one, but I was averaging 2 or 3 a day, because they was loving those quilts, especially in holiday season, close to wintertime. And I was doing that from November to December until it started slowing down around Christmas time. And then eBay did some crazy shit that, and then you have to deal with customer returns, and they won't return your stuff. And so it was a lot of crap with eBay and PayPal. But long story short, figure it out, get you a mentor. But I would just say put a logo out there. Your seller rating should speak for itself. You don't need to be personable, because if you go to Amazon store, there's nobody's face out there unless you go to the blog or something, or their website. You may see their face. Me personally, the the World Wide Web, everybody's behind a keyboard, everybody's behind a monitor, smartphone, laptop, whatever, and it's a faceless internet. So I don't think they need to see you. And number 5, if you really want to do this, you gotta get your ass in gear. Do the research. Watch other drop shipping videos for different techniques. Even though they might be offering, a paid course, there's a lot of people out there that gives away a lot of free information just on GP, because they don't feel like, they may just like, yeah, I just want to help the next man or the next person out, and, get it moving. If you don't have a credit card, fix your credit. Capital One sometimes will work with you, fix your credit up. They'll give you like a card sometimes for like $300 balance, but you may have to pay $99. They may take out $99 off the rip, so you'll get the card with the $99 bill already attached to it, which is a way to start. If you can afford to pay that $99, pay it down, because it's not going to be due all at once. You'll still have like a $200 balance on the card that you can use, or maybe like a $275 in case there's high interest. So there's ways to work around that. And if you don't have a bank account and can't get a bank account, you need to fix that shit and get one. Because just talk to the bank. Say, hey, I'll put this in, make it a secure kind of bank account. I don't know, because it's kind of hard to fuck up a bank account unless you're running scams and floating checks or something. But I hope to leave this information was good for everybody. Hope I didn't go too long on it. I just wanted to share my adventures in drop shipping, which is legitimate. I wanted to get back into it, but I'm on this venture right now of doing the social media marketing. But I just want to put this out here because I found this in my archives. I was supposed to put this out there years ago, but I just, putting it off, and just coming across some other stuff that kept me busy. And so if you like this, subscribe to me. Hit that subscription button. Get my subscriptions up. Comment on this presentation. It's a video, but it's more of a presentation because you can't see my face. But I guess it is a video. Like it, dislike it, and when it's all said and done, don't get mad at the truth, because this is what happened. And I don't know if DS Domination is out there. They may have gone defunct. Now everybody's doing Shopify, but there's more too out there in e-commerce than Shopify. You can build your own e-commerce site without using Shopify, and have the same results, because just with Shopify, you're going to be paying that money per month, like $29 per month, whether you sell items or not. And just, you can have your website, you can get some templates out there, e-commerce templates, and build your own store via your own website. Just the same concept, because you can have the same thing like Shopify, except the only thing is you're not paying all those fees. So I would say, yeah, look at the Shopify model. They I think it's a free trial for 14 days. Check out the trial, and in the meantime, buy you a domain name, which is cost like maybe you can get some like cheap. You can get them cheap nowadays. Sometimes you get a special for like $8.99, and then for like buy for 2 or 3 years, get you the hosting, because hosting now is like maybe $10 a month. So just think, you're doing the same e-commerce store, but you're only paying $10 a month for your hosting. But then with Shopify, you're going to be paying, like $30 a month. So you're actually saving money, because even if you buy a domain name and you connect it with Shopify, connected under your Shopify store, you're still paying that $29 a month, even though you're using your own domain name. Versus you go to HostGator or GoDaddy, you're paying like maybe $10.99 a month for their hosting, and all you gotta do is build out your store. Same thing, you can have a shopping cart. There was this old school thing called Zen-Cart. I don't know if they're still around, but it's a shopping. It was a store as well, because I used to sell mixed CDs on it back in the day before Homeland Security started cracking down on so-called pirating music. But it was mixed CDs, so I was like, whatever. I mixed them, different beat over these lyrics. You could have a Jay-Z beat and some Nas lyrics over Jay-Z's beat. Those kind of mixed CDs. And so I cut back on that. But there's Zen-Cart, and there's a few other carts out there that you can load. And it's an actual shopping cart. It does everything, functions just like that. You just got to load it into your thing. Have somebody do your SQL database, which is very easy. You can go on YouTube and find out these videos. But the thing is, if you want to be good at drop shipping and you don't want to have all the middleman involved, because it's good to have the exposure like the eBays and all other stuff. But you can say eBay and then connect them back to your store. Because there's a lot of people that have links and say, okay, you want this product, here's what else I got, bam, now you got more customers. But there's a lot of different things. And like I said, if this was helpful to you, subscribe to me. I'm gonna try to do more presentations / videos coming up in the future, maybe like twice a week as time permits. But other than that, hopefully your evening's going well. This is Andre Fleming, FC Systems LLC, and I hope you have a great evening. God damn it, there you go.